My guest today is the hilarious, totally unique master storyteller, Atsuko Okatsuka. She's an internationally touring artist and a fellow hilarious comedian. You can watch her latest special, Father, and see her newest hour on the Big Bowl tour. She's bringing her one-of-a-kind comedy and joyful party energy to stages all over the country and the world. And today she is gracing us with her presence on our podcast. Please welcome the amazing, phenomenal Atsuko Okatsuka.
Yay. Thank you, Ilana. That was very, very nice to hear.
I'm such a fan of yours, and I'm so excited to, maybe be becoming friends, although I don't mean to pigeonhole you, but man, you're just so true to who you are, and it's really inspiring. And it's so funny because it's just funny. Like you're the your setup and punchline is often you being you, and it's delicious, and it's so it's like never try hard. You're never try hard.
Oh my God. There's try hard.
I'm sure there's a try hard version, in the past, but it just seems right now like where you're at, like you're aligned and coming to us as you knowing you.
Yeah. I mean, that's how I felt. I mean, I'm a huge fan too. Been watching you since I was a little girl. And no, but and then you go, oh my God, the person I'm watching is like so authentically comfortable. You know what I mean? And then you're like, I want to be like that. So sometimes I feel like, you're like, maybe people aren't ready for the real me. I'm afraid of the real me. What is that? You know, too dorky or whatnot, too weird, making up words that aren't actual English words like I do. You know, I make sounds instead of speaking actual words sometimes because my vocab is like, I think I only have like 300 words or something.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't use like big words. There's always, I make things up. I go on the light, off the light, things like that. Yeah. When I want something like the bins in the airplane above us, I go, oh, can you put this, I tell my husband, can you put my backpack upstairs? Things like that.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean.
I totally know what you mean. I call Google Docs upstairs, downstairs.
Google Docs
like
upstairs?
if I'm in a Google Doc with someone and I'm sharing it in writing, I'm like, can we go upstairs?
Oh, yeah,
Scroll up.
Yeah. Upstairs.
I'm so about that.
You do too? Oh my God.
300 words is so funny. Like I thought, like, how you can sort of get like a sort of neurodivergence test or see like how your brain organizes your thoughts.
Yeah.
I thought you like really meant you have 300 words.
Oh, I mean, possibly. I don't even know where to take a test like that. It takes me a long time to go, I'm going to try to do something that's like self-awareness or self-care. I think taking tests is self-care to, help you diagnose and stuff like that. It took me forever to admit I want a therapist, things like that, right? And so it's cool. Like finally, I feel like I can be me, but it's because, enough people, whether it's like my husband being like, no, I think you do you. I'll keep, I'll pick up more shifts waiting tables so you can do more comedy, things like that. Or my fans being like, no, I see you. And it's okay that you're a weirdo. It just took a village that way for me to finally, be like, fine, I will rock a bowl cut.
And it's like gorgeous. You are gorgeous, Atsuko. Gorgeous.
Not everyone likes it. Okay.
Let them not like it. I just, I don't know, just the way I opened for you at the Beacon recently when you were here in New York.
What a dream, what a treat.
You sold out 2 nights at the Beacon Theater. Hello. And yeah, you just were looking so fly, and I was taking you in your Rachel Antonoff, and I was like, okay, just looking gorgeous, head to toe.
The look is also another thing where I think for me, a lot of life, it had to be like trying out things I'm not.
Right.
Or not. Right. Yeah. For me, when people go like, oh, how do I find me, or how do I find out what my calling is? It's like the key to life is knowing who you're not, is what I say, because that's how I was able to eventually arrive at, I'm going to rock this bowl cut that I had when I was 3 years old.
Right.
But, made me feel like a freak when I was a kid,
right.
But and that maybe like isn't typically seen as beautiful, for whoever decides
That's
what
right.
beautiful is, you know, like
And
long hair.
Whoever decides what femme and masc is. I
Right,
was just
right.
like learning about Barbara Streisand calls it the androgyny of the soul.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And, you know, it's just like these beauty standards that are so oppressive and like then become so ugly. What we're seeing right now, these beauty standards, like in our government, the
Yeah, yeah.
twisted, chopped, and screwed version of what it means to be masculine is such a joke.
Yeah.
And then it's like, you're telling me I'm not feminine enough? Like, you look crazy.
It's true.
You know? And like you were saying before about to your audience, like, is it okay that I'm this weird? And then it actually turns out they need you to be as exactly weird as you are. And I'm just like having this vision almost of like you carving this space like in the air, into the universe. Like there was no Atsuko as we know her before. You did that. So you have to like kind of, it's almost like digging a tunnel or something, like, you know, like truly breaking new ground to be who you are and then make it okay for people to be not even like, you know, like at your show, people come show up wearing bowl cuts, like to honor you, and it's a wig. But like to whatever their version of a bowl cut is.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Because eventually, I mean, a few people came up that didn't have bowl cuts at all.
That was
But
hysterical.
I wonder, is that what you meant by like whatever their version of a bowl cut is like that man that came up that just was bald?
Yeah, that was so funny. There was like that gorgeous guy, but he was not understanding. Like he had his own like slick look.
Oh yes, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then
yeah.
the older white guy who like was just not getting what was going on. But you were like,
Right.
I know you. He was like, yeah, you know me.
And we knew each other, yes, but
From 20 years ago.
he had just decided, hey, this is a good way to say hi.
Yeah.
How else am I gonna say hi to her?
Publicly in front of a sold out Beacon Theater.
Yeah, you know, and it wasn't the prompt, which is, hey, if you have a bowl cut, a wig of my bowl cut on, come
Yeah.
on up,
Yeah.
right? 2 people, and then the rest, not.
And
But-
also the women who had the bowl cuts were gorgeous. There was like a cute shorter woman and then this gorgeous taller woman, and I was
yeah,
so thrilled to see them. in
and
a bowl cut.
that one of them was also named Atsuko, which is
Oh.
something that, you know, I've also found is I've had other Atsukos also come up to me and say, hey, because of you, people are able to say my name finally to
Yeah,
pronounce
yeah.
it,
So
you know.
cool.
And so I think it's that, like you said, chisel at a cave.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
a poet.
Yeah.
Ilana Glazer. Oh, a true poet. So chisel at the cave, and then what it was also once in a while I would go, is anybody out there? And then listen in. I'm like, okay, no one's there yet, but I'll keep chiseling.
Right.
And I'll go, hello. And then finally some people at the end were like, we're actually here. I hear
Right.
you. Keep chiseling. I think that's kind of
And there's
what
like
happened.
specifically someone going, it's Atsuko. And you're like, no, I'm Atsuko. And they're like, no, me too. And
Right.
now people can say my name.
Totally. Yeah. And then we found each other.
You recently posted this like very interesting and cool post about the way you dress not being for the male gaze and how this relates to, I guess, the mask femme thing of, you know, and your support of the trans community and the queer community.
Right.
Tell me
Yeah.
more about it.
Yeah, so it comes from, right, like you were saying. I mean, it is these guys. Sometimes I still get like, you know, a trolling comment online. And it is these guys that, well, they won't show their pictures. I don't know what they look like, but I'm guessing.
Not good.
That it's like,
It's not good.
You know, I don't care what you look like, but they hate my hair. They hate that
Wild.
it's not long. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're like, girls long hair, boys short hair. What do you mean? And don't you get near my butt. You know, that's kind of the subtext is like, don't you get near my butt. This is upsetting me. Why am I mad?
And then the subtext is, please get near my butt. Please
I
penetrate
know, it's
my
so
butt.
confusing. I'm the keeper of this information, Ilana.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
People who are like, oh, your hair, why so short? Why do I like it? I'm like, I don't know. Please, I'm just
Right, and they're
trying
like,
to
I'd never
have
fuck
dinner.
you. Subtext, I desperately want to fuck you. It's a horrible feeling to
Yeah.
hold someone else's like dark, knotty, knotted up energy.
Yes. So it's that's so, you know, and I'm kind of like, well, I don't want that kind of person attracted to me.
Correct.
Actually, like
It
I'm
is
so glad
unsafe.
you don't want to
Yep.
hook up with me.
Yeah.
That would be bad.
Yeah.
I think that would be bad.
Literally dangerous.
Yeah, scary.
Yep.
And also, I would want to for me, I would want to do some soul searching, or I would want to change my look because of it. I'd be like, oh, wait, no, you're the kind of person that like trolls people and spews hate and says transphobic things. Oh, that's who I'm attracting. That I don't want to do that. Yeah, these people are going to be mad and not into it for their own reasons. And, but like I said before, I arrived back at this bowl cut, and you know, I love wearing bright colors and things like that. I used to think, oh, should I be more like, should I wear more black and be more chic or something? That's very chic, and I think that's very pretty too. Yeah. But what I always wanted was to be more expressive in a colorful way. It's just what I'm drawn to. Yeah. And so, yeah, people are always gonna be mad, but you know, not to scare people. People aren't always going to be mad, but there will be people who don't understand. Right. But that's not who you should dress for. Right. AKA the male gaze. Just because the people who don't understand tend to be men who are really loud.
And like a few men who like feel entitled to scream it, but it's like not all men. I honestly, like, men get a bad rap because of those few guys.
Yeah, no, totally.
It's a bummer.
Yeah.
It's a bummer.
Yeah, and that's honestly, I think it's like probably 10 people.
Truly. And then so many bots. Yeah. It's not even real people. Yeah. So you are on tour right now, the Big Bowl tour. So you're starting to go around the country. And we are under an authoritarian siege.
Yeah, totally. Good time to start a friendship. So that's why when you were like, oh, new friendship for me, I was like, yeah, actually, it's kind of exciting to me.
Yeah, yeah. And
you need a common enemy.
That's right.
Yeah, that makes bonds.
That's right. It's
faster
true.
And stronger.
It certainly worked for them. So how is it feeling? You know, I feel so privileged when I get to go around the country and look at all these like beautiful, smiling, laughing faces and get that like, truly it's a feeling, it's an energy, and then a physical feeling from sharing space that like, we all want the same things. We all want to be safe. I think most people don't want to live in an authoritarian nation. But then when you go back to your home, the way that information is being aimed at us, almost like a weapon, is so divisive. And yeah, I'm just wondering, as you're embarking on this next tour, how it's feeling out there.
I feel still lucky, right? Like even being in the States, you know, I was just talking to someone who was like, okay, so what country are you gonna move to when it really happens? I was like, oh, I'm not gonna go anywhere because I feel I'm luckier than a lot of people, you know. I was undocumented, but I get to be used to be undocumented because I have a citizenship. I'm luckier than a lot of people, right? You know, and I get to talk about it and maybe not feel scared. I don't know, not too much, but you know what I mean? Yeah. I get to do stand-up comedy. I get to tour nationally, but also internationally with it and say what I want and have found a community and fans that way. I'm luckier than most, so I feel like I should stay. I need to stay. I get to stay in America.
I get to stay. Same.
Yeah.
Same.
You know, and spread love and funnies that way, you know?
Totally.
For the people who need it, who can't leave too. And just like, you know, you vote for people who can't vote as well, right? You know, I have had family in Indonesia and Japan and Taiwan. And you know, I've performed in a lot of countries where there are scripts. You have to submit your script ahead of time. There's some censorship rules, and so I've seen, you know, I've seen people really thrive even in situations where there are rules or they have a king or something. Right. So I feel actually pretty hopeful that we get to do podcasts, you know what I mean? We can I really believe in the people here that we can still thrive.
So one thing that I'm like picturing is like, or that's coming up for me is like, you really can't squash the human spirit.
Yeah, they
try and they try, but like, bitch, you won't, because humanity is too magical and beautiful.
Yeah.
And your idea of like how to organize it better for you is like just not gonna, it's not gonna fly. Like in the end, it's very scary right now. People are being, you know, truly and deeply violated violently. But like in the bigger picture, it's like, you're not gonna do it.
Right.
You know, you're not gonna really end up enslaving all of humanity in the way that you want. You can't have that control. There's just too much magic in humanity.
That's what it is. Yeah, for real.
You know?
There will always be people will always be making jokes. People are making jokes as they're detained.
Right.
You know what I mean? People will always act out of love.
Right.
So much love. And that you really truly can't crush and kill. There was a docuseries by Larry Charles called The Dangerous World of Comedy, where he followed stand-up comedians in different countries where it's even illegal to do it, for example.
Damn.
But they're doing it and audiences are coming out, even hush-hush. It's like in speakeasies. But they're laughing their asses off.
Right.
I ranked the countries that I've performed in from shyest to liveliest.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And I did 28 countries. And of course, you know, it's kind of a bummer in that, like, the livelier they are, it's because the worse the healthcare, the louder they laugh, right? So America's like number 3,
Right.
And
Number 3.
number 3,
Wow.
Which is not good,
No.
but great audience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Great
I'm like,
for stand-ups
hey, yeah,
to work out the material.
Yes.
But third out of 28 countries.
yeah,
Because our healthcare is that piss poor, our access to healthcare. And I mean,
and
laughter-
Belgium was the shyest.
yeah.
But do you want that? This audience, my opener, Dylan Adler, he does a backflip right in his set. He did a backflip in Belgium to silence.
Oh my God.
I mean, I might take worse healthcare.
Yeah, their hearts are healthy. They've
As
got
a
access to therapy. They have like 2 years off when they have a kid.
They're like,
not laughing.
what do we have to laugh about?
To be honest, why are they coming?
Yeah, I don't know. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, you need this too?
Yeah.
You need laughter? I don't think so.
And so you work with your husband on the road, which is so nice in such a sort of vulnerable situation that is being a touring stand-up comedian. It's so cool that I wanted to say 2 things, that you work with your husband and also that you talk about loving him. You know, stand-up traditionally is like, take my wife, for example. No, really, take her. You know, or my husband's so annoying. He is da-da-da-da-da.
Right.
And it's like really just delicious.
I do love talking about the things I love. That's what makes me giggle.
Right.
And laugh. And I'm like, oh, man. Oh, the person I love did this. But also maybe I get to be that way because people are so put together around me as well.
What do you mean?
I'm very lucky. You know, I always try to remember that. And so I don't take anyone for granted. I don't want to, you know?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I feel the same way.
Ryan's on top of it so that I could be like, oh, man, what do you mean I haven't been doing the laundry these past 7 years?
That was so
Dad, who's
funny,
been
that
doing
bit.
it? And he's like, me. Me.
So funny. Picturing you, your bit in Father, picturing you just going to the laundry room to tell a story, but never doing the laundry is so funny. It's so delightful.
Right. But I get to be that.
Right.
That lovable, silly girl. She
Right.
didn't know. She hadn't been, you know, helping out in the house, you know, because he's on top of it. Right. So, and that is kind of, you know, but, you know, I try to give him props for it because I know that, you know, it was a devastating moment. It was like, it's funny now, but it wasn't fun when we both had that discovery in that laundry room. Right. You know, I was like, how do you turn this on? What? No, I knew how to turn it on. I said, but which setting is good for like a load like this? And which thing would I press for that?
For a load like this, I don't know. I have my preferences. What's yours typically? That's so funny.
And without missing a beat, because he loves me, he started explaining. He's like, yeah, I think I would maybe do the cold. And he goes, wait, have you not done the laundry?
Oops.
And I was like, and I genuinely was shocked too, because I also couldn't, I was like, it was a moment for me too. I was like,
so
oh my God.
funny.
Yes, I guess I never done it. And so, but
do you fold?
Huh?
Do you fold?
What's
L-O-L.
Oh, like folding the clothes.
Yeah, did you think I was saying something sexual? Fold.
I fold. Yes, like Texas Hold'em, fold 'em. Sometimes you gotta hold them and you gotta fold them.
What?
I was like, whoa, okay. I was even
But the
trying-
laundry, for real.
Yeah, no, I've matched socks and like folded underwear. Yeah,
That's nice.
I've taken things out of the dryer with him, and then like he'll be like, "Oh, put it in the basket," and so I do that, and then
You're like,
yeah,
basket.
yeah,
Right. Like just like really putting the pieces together.
yeah,
So I was saying, we were talking about the assault on immigrants meanwhile, in our country. And meanwhile, immigrants are who founded this country and what we are proud of. But I was saying, like reflecting as a white person in 2016, I really learned some things that I didn't know before. And I didn't really even understand what an undocumented immigrant meant or was. And you were like, well, me neither.
right, yeah.
And you were considered that.
Well, to be honest, as a kid, I didn't know I would be considered undocumented or that I was illegal, because to be honest, and this is props to society, communities, friends, neighbors. They, I think, did as much as possible to make sure you just felt welcomed,
Right.
in general.
Right.
Wherever, at least where I ended up, which was West LA. Again, pretty lucky. It was a very diverse neighborhood that I ended up in. And so there was just no question, like, you could go to, as an undocumented person, you could go to school. You could go to elementary school, middle school, high school. It's, I think, around universities that you do need a social security number. But for the most part, you could use the public library. I was taking the bus, you know? So I felt like, oh, yeah, why would I be here illegally?
Right.
Right? I don't even know what that meant.
And also you were illuminating me that like undocumented was actually a response to the wording illegals.
Right, yeah.
It was a claiming of the status in a way that wasn't weaponizing your fucking existence.
Right, yeah, totally. Because I used to, once I found out I was undocumented, but I didn't have that word yet in my vocab.
Right.
So I was calling myself illegal when I found out. Because that's the only word I had to describe what I was doing.
Wow.
And so it was negative, right?
Yeah.
To be like, oh yeah, like we messed up. We shouldn't be here. So let's,
Wow.
let's not make a big deal, illegal, but also alien too. Because when I
Oh my God.
because when I got a green card, right, you got an alien ID number. When I say I really actually connect with like Stitch,
Yes.
yeah, because he's literally an alien from outer space, and then, you know what I mean, and then finds a home, right, with
Right.
unlikely folks who
Yeah.
are also broken in their family.
Yeah.
And so, so it wasn't until later that, like, I learned like words and defining something and the connotation of them.
Yeah.
Really changes maybe your self-confidence and
Right.
how you
Totally.
carry yourself. It was, the word undocumented or using the word immigrant instead of alien, to.
Alien is so crazy.
Right.
It's like, you mean from outer space? Like that is so othering. It's putting you off the planet. I mean, it's just cruel, and for this to be sort of like federal government language to organize groups of people into, it's just sadistic so unnecessarily. It should be boring and banal, not branded as villains, enemies. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think that's why when I've noticed when my grandma talks about white people, she says Americans. And I always have to be like, encourage her to be like, oh no, we're Americans too.
Wow.
Right? And she's like, oh yeah, right. She'll be like, your new friends, are they American?
Right.
Or like, I'm like, oh, white? And she's like, yes. Are they white? Because they have names like Ashley,
right,
Mark. That you were talking about. Oh, Clayton. Are they American? I was like, well, they're white, yes, but yes, and also American. But we're also American too,
right?
Even with names like Atsuko and Ingshi Lee.
Yeah.
You have to retrain yourself to think a different way. And so when I'm abroad, I and for some reason I don't understand this. I don't know if maybe I'm wrong, but when I'm in Asia, the white people there who moved there are called expats. But I'm like, oh, but they moved there from Ohio or wherever, Canada, to look for a better life
Right.
and settled, and now they live there. They're immigrants too, right? Why?
Precisely.
And then
Right.
a lot of them were like, no, I'm an expat.
Right.
I'm like, but you live here now, and you work here now
Right.
too, right? This is your
Right.
new home. You're an immigrant. I think immigrant has still a more negative connotation than expat. Expat
right.
sounds more, I don't know, cool or something.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, it I guess centers America as the center of the world. So your your exterior of the center of the world that we all know as the center of the world.
Oh, interesting.
Expat. It's making me think about how you're saying your community welcomed you in such a way that you didn't know the titles that were being thrust upon you, such as undocumented or illegals.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, this is what it feels like to watch you on stage and to watch you on screen. It feels like you are welcoming us into your spirit that is transcendent of titles or labels or identity qualifiers. I don't know. It's just very, for me right now, very clearly connected to your experience of feeling welcomed and being so welcoming.
It took work, and then sometimes I guess educating myself helped.
Right. When you were talking about being a comedian spreading love, no matter what government you're under, no matter where you are in the world, it was like a vision was coming up for me about the way I think of democracy. Democracy is not some fixed switch you can turn on or off. It is an organism filled by people, us, that must be kept alive by us or not. And you were like illustrating that for me about the culture. The culture can spread love and joy and welcomeness and inclusion if it does. If there are comedians like you going out and doing that, that's what keeps it alive. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful to have this opportunity to talk to you like this.
Oh my God! Thank you for having me.
You're so brilliant.
Friendships in scary, weird times.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's kind of the way to get through.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
It's closed. You know how it was open? We're closing.
I want to thank Atsuko Okatsuka for joining us. You can follow her on Instagram at Atsuko Comedy. This episode took a lot of people to make. I want to thank the producers here at It's Open, David Rooklin, Annika Carlson, Madeline Kim, Kelsie, Kiley, and Glennis Meagher. Thanks to the crew who made the audiovisual so beautiful, Kevin Deming, Rachel Suffian, and Louise Nessralla. Our graphics are made by the very talented Raymo Ventura. Our music is made by one of my favorite up-and-coming bands, Don Her. And this episode was edited by the totally talented Tovah Leibowitz. This is a Star Picks production, and don't forget to like and subscribe to this show wherever you watch and listen to podcasts, and follow us on @It'sOpenPod on socials.